Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic. I remember it so you don't have to. The brand new Pokemon was in fact a new form for Mewtwo, and I think it looks pretty cool. There's been a very mixed response, which is understandable considering the Pokemon fandom, and all fandoms for that matter, but I think that Mewtwo is very cool, and look forward to seeing it in action in the new movie. Considering yesterday's kind of lacking review of the newest Doctor Who episode, I figured I'd elaborate a bit more on some points of the episode that I thought were interesting. I'm also going to share my thoughts on the previous episode because, well, if I'm going to be reviewing Doctor Who throughout the month, might as well start from the beginning, halfway, whatever we're calling it, point. Clara's introduction. I think that Clara is a very interesting character. We've seen a bit of her before, but I feel like now that we've been properly introduced to Clara the Companion, she's a really good and interesting character. She's setting herself apart from the Clara we've seen in the past, but at the same time we see the similarities and why this is the same Clara. It'll be interesting to see where her subplot leads. Hopefully she won't be a one-series companion like all of David Tennant's companions were. I quite like that we've had companions stick around a little longer. Granted, we've only had 2 companions stick around a little longer together with the same Doctor. So hopefully we'll get to see more of Clara after this. The plot of Clara's introduction episode was an intriguing one, though all somewhat familiar at the same time, but not always in bad ways, sometimes in good ways. But it did feel a bit recycled at times. But when it didn't, it worked. One thing I didn't really talk about in the last video was how this episode looked at Clara's history, along with how her parents met, and it was a very interesting and heartfelt story, and it became important later in the episode. I liked the way that her parents were written, and they were interesting characters, even if they weren't the central characters. They were very much a backstory, but they worked. You understood their relationship. You understood them as characters. And I liked that. It was really heartfelt to see Clara's roots, as it were. I really love the designs of the locations, the sets, the CG, the costumes, everything that made the place feel like another world, but at the same time familiar. These are things I really love about Doctor Who, is the way the worlds look. They're simple, but they work. I like when Doctor Who makes it so that the human companion and the Doctor bring what they have to the table in an episode, rather than, well, this episode the Doctor saves the day, and in this episode the companion saves the day. They work together. I like that. There's not much else I really need to add to the trailer opinions, but one thing I will note is that I am looking forward to seeing the return of the Ice Warriors. I do love when Doctor Who brings back classic monsters and villains. That's something I felt that Matt Smith's arc was pretty lacking in, to be honest. And I'm glad that they're finally catching up. Hopefully this, combined with yesterday's episode, is enough to properly cover my thoughts on the newest episode. I will do my review on Sunday next time, so that I can have a proper think about my thoughts and watch some other thoughts videos, such as from my friend Barry Aldridge, who you should definitely check out. He does some really good reviews of Doctor Who episodes, and I will be sure to link to him in the doobly-doo. See you around.